The traditional way of building a website is having the whole components and put it in HTML and have a separate JavaScript file to call the API. The problem with this approach, sometimes it is hard to debug because of the large code base in JavaScript and HTML. The modern approach is to use a component-based JavaScript framework like Vue or React. In this course, we will use Vue. The good thing about this approach is that it is surprisingly easy to know which component causes a problem. Like search, when there's a problem related to search, we know where to find, which is to go to search component. In Vue, we divided all of these components into a different file. Hence, it is easy to know every component's responsibilities, like search feature will only do search, video will only run, and many more. Vue.js is great for building a single page application. Let's check out the example of the single page application. So this is the example of a single page application. When you click one of these, like coins and one of these links, it feels like an app. It doesn't load the page, it doesn't go to the server, and the server, it doesn't have to wait for the server to reply with this specific page because we already loaded all the pages. So the only thing that we need is to call the API behind the scenes. So when you go back, you don't see any like loading and so on. And let's go click coins or premium, and it doesn't load, it just changes to a different page. It feels like an app. That's why the future website will be a single page application, but on the server side, because it feels like a real app. And that is what we're gonna do in this course. The problem with a single page application is that it is hard for Google to rank your website. The traditional way of building website, Google always rank the website because the content will be surfaced from the server. As for SPA, the content won't be served just yet because it renders a JavaScript application. So when Google crawl your website, the data is not presented yet, hence it is bad for SEO. Introducing Nuxt. Nuxt will handle the SEO. Before that, let me explain to you what are the attributes of Nuxt. Nuxt builds on top of Vue. You don't have to create a routing system. It handles the routing for you by just creating folder or a file. It handles the server-side rendering for you. This will solve the single page application. It is great for SEO. Since e-commerce relies a lot on the search engine, you certainly need a framework that handles SEO, and Nuxt will do that for you. You can use Vue and render the Vue components on your server, but it will take a lot of work. Why not use a framework that already solves all the problem? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. And last but not least, optimization. When building a JavaScript application, especially on the front end, you want it to be extremely fast. In terms of space and time complexity, it optimizes things like Webpack, which you don't have to handle at all. If you are still confused with whatever I was saying about components, single page application versus server-side rendering, as we build the project, you will grasp the concept that will be thrown at you, and you will do a lot of exercises until you're extremely comfortable with Nuxt and Vue. Just follow along with the course. Don't give up because your journey begins right now, and I know you can do it.